Well, I want to start off by asking you, how did you start getting into Tantra? What first drew it to you, and why you decided to integrate that into your practice?
Sure. I was in a bookstore in Venice, California, it's still there, called Small World of Books. And there was a book on the table that said, Sex is Spiritual. And I went, it was one of those life defining moments. I'd never heard that before. And of course, growing up in this culture, I had learned the opposite.
Mhm.
And that just rang so true for me that there was something going on with sex that we're not being taught. Something deep, something earth-shaking, something, profound, and that was a little bit different than getting off, and, so I started searching. There wasn't a lot of information on it back then, and I just started a lifetime search of what's really going on here that we're not being taught.
I agree, and I would have had that light bulb moment too. From the same generation as you, we were not. We were just. It was. I don't want to say it was a function, but it was very performative. You had sex.
Perform.
Yep. You may or may not have had children, but the 9 times out of 10, that might have been the end game. And spirituality and sex never went hand in hand. It just not when we were growing up.
Not when we were growing up. So, thankfully, it seems to be spreading a bit now. So I learned, I've just started reading the few books that were around back then and going to a few seminars and so on and learning. And my journey took me to live in a Tantra ashram in India for a year, which
Whoa.
most people think, oh my God, that sounds like a year-long orgy. I was like,
Right, exactly. Like, and what do they do there?
but not at all. Well, first of all, we were meditating every day, and we are also getting together in groups of men and women and talking about our fears about the opposite sex, the same sex, learning how to be. I hope this doesn't shock people too much, but we just be naked, just so
No.
we could get used to being naked ourselves and seeing what other people look like. That nobody looks like a fashion model. If they do, they're kind of a freak because
Right.
everybody else just looks like a human being. Everybody's got cellulite or whatever. And we just learned to become much more natural and much more curious and inquisitive about our sexuality. And another thing that was very important there was men and women, and of course, same sex people were also trying to create friendships first of trust and caring before we would ever be sexual. It's like, why would you want to have sex with somebody that you're not friends with? That would be very creepy and unloving and weird. And of course, in the world, the conventional world we're in now, we think that the friend zone is means you're not going to ever have sex. And in the tantric world, we're like, why would you have sex with someone you're not friends with? That sounds terrible.
That you don't have some form of a connection with.
Exactly. Where you actually like each other. Maybe you're only going to get together for the one day, but at least you're not going to diss the other person or be making fun of them or treat them rudely or whatever
Right.
kind of things is considered normal.